Radio Rahim with Oleksandr Usyk, nowhere else other than Saudi Arabia, which has been an incredible sight of the big fight last Saturday. And really, the week we've had just makes me think of the year we've had in boxing, which has been tremendous. But the year for you has been a little bit of a roller coaster. For over a year now, just about every question that you get asked has to do with Tyson Fury. More than just wanting to fight him, are you just ready to have to stop talking about him?
Yes,
The whole world is waiting for the moment that this finally happens and that everyone gets to the bottom of this.
щоб він стався.
When you beat Anthony Joshua the second time, we all knew that an undisputed heavyweight championship fight was imminent or possible. Did you think at the time it would take over a year to have an opportunity to face Tyson Fury for the undisputed?
Та щоб організувати з Тайсоном
Now, with the Fury preparation, definitely it had to take a lot more time than it is taking now. It's taking enough time, but because Turkey's organizing everything is going to happen.
In that time period, people are looking for ways to beat you, chinks in the armor, vulnerabilities. And one of the things that has come up is the body shots. They say that Usyk is vulnerable to body shots.
неможливо мене перемогти ударами нижче пояса.
There is no way that you can probably knock him down by hitting below the chin, and his wife probably knows the way to get to his weaknesses, but once you know, you know. That's a secret.
Після останнього поєдинку, що був у Вроцлаві, мої яйця стали золотими.
After the last tournament, his eggs became golden.
I spoke to Martin Bakole, who was on the fight card Saturday, and he claims that he knocked you down with a body shot in sparring.
Was body shot. Step back, body shot.
There was no such thing as a knockout or a knockdown because they have all the proof and stronger than ever. During all of the sparring, even when he gets hit below the chin and even the strongest hits, but nothing knocks him down. And even when something doesn't work out, it doesn't mean that it's bad. If you don't know how to get through, you get taught how to do that. Even if any mistakes are done, that's a reason to learn and to move forward. That's one thing that you can start moving up from. You always learn, and if you have mistakes, that's the perfect start to start learning and to know where you can grow from. This is exactly what makes you stronger, and this is what makes you better.
What did you learn in the Daniel Dubois fight?
We're done with it.
They claim that they were going to, appeal the decision and take this to the commission. Did any of that actually happen? Did you have to deal with the commission about the outcome of that fight?
Danny's team, they just needed any reason to look up at it and try to get more points out of it.
I ask this because boxing has become more and more litigious. The more money that's in it, and the more people want to pick their opponents. Now it appears that the date of December 23rd that you have been promised, Frank Warren has said unequivocally, meaning without question, is not happening. We know that Deontay Wilder had to sue Tyson Fury to get a third fight based on the contract. Are you prepared to sue Tyson Fury to get the fight you were promised in this contract?
Now, these questions are all going to the organizers and whether or not they decide on a concrete date. What matters now is what we're looking forward for.
Can you trust Tyson Fury?
Вы доверяете Тайсону?
That he will ultimately fight you sometime soon, if not December 23rd?
You're only going to believe that the fight is happening with Tyson when he hears the first ring bell.
When you heard the first ring bell on Saturday night and saw a first-time boxer having the opportunity that you deserve on a stage that big, was it a little bit annoying to have to watch an MMA fighter fight Tyson Fury in a moment on a stage that should have been yours?
взагалі ні.
To me, it doesn't matter. These small things, minor things do not get to me. What matters to me is what I'm capable of and what I'm about to do.
Не все крутиться навколо Тайсона.
Not everything, the world doesn't spin around Tyson.
Це просто звичайний боксер,
That's an ordinary boxer.
який має пояс WBC.
And that has a belt for a WBC.
А пояс WBC хоче до мене прийти. Він
And
скучив за мною.
WBC wants me to have it.
Він хоче до своїх братків. WBO, WBA, IBF. Його браття у мене. І він четверте хоче до браточків. Додому, в Україну.
They all want him.
The world may not revolve around Tyson Fury, but in the third round of the fight, the world almost stopped when they saw Tyson Fury knocked down.
Ні, він не остановився.
The world didn't stop.
In that moment, did you not worry that you were watching your opportunity to become undisputed fly out the window?
Єдине, хто...
The only one who was worried was us and our team.
I saw you shouting from ringside. It seemed, I don't know if you were encouraging Tyson Fury or instructing him. What were you shouting at Tyson Fury during the fight?
Це було іскренне, щоб допомогти йому, тому що я розумію, що у нас поєдинок повинен бути. Я кажу, чувак, hey, move, jab, please.
It was all words of encouragement and especially looking forward to the next fight. He wants him to get through it so they can finally have their own fight.
You say you learn things from every fight. Every fighter has told me that. What did you learn from watching Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury?
Слухайте, я був на
At that day, he was just a spectator for once because as a boxer, he's always in the ring. And that day, he was in the audience, just enjoying a boxing match, just like the rest of the audience. He was talking to Cristiano Ronaldo, talking about what's going on all around. He was encouraging Cristiano Ronaldo to get more into boxing and teaching him and all the steps and what's going on and, giving him the tips on what he's about to see, actually. He's a very, very simple man that he appreciates. He's a fan.
Are you intending to watch the fight back? It seems odd because an MMA fighter teaching you something about boxing Tyson Fury, but will you look at this fight for weaknesses or vulnerabilities in Tyson? I don't think any of us have seen him struggle this much in some time, in a long time.
That process is done regardless. Every match is going to be rewatched to see his weaknesses, to see his techniques, to see how to build under and adjust to him.
It appears that Tyson has a cut. We've seen a really big black eye. Are you concerned that the fights that he's taken since you became unified champion are weakening him, or you won't get the best version of Tyson Fury that we may have gotten a year ago?
Так це його проблеми.
He says it's his problem.
Doesn't concern you. Whichever Tyson shows up, you're happy.
Слухайте, вони багато розмовляють. Вони хотіли звинувати мене.
They're using any excuse to even blame Usyk for not being ready, for keeping extending, but that isn't the case. Fury has to show up and has to fight.
Які вони висувають.
Now that they're saying that maybe Tyson is not going to be ready for it, so the tables have turned. Now maybe we can consider maybe they're the ones that are talking too much and maybe nothing is really going to happen.
Царь не настоящий.
I see you wearing a shirt even. You've gone so far as to have shirts printed up that say ready to fight. Why?
Что значит ready to fight на футболке?
Це
This is an incredible new project that I have with my team, and you can get a lot of the information on the website, but I'll tell you a little bit about it now.
Мені здається, якщо ви зайдете на
This is a new level to boxing.
New level to boxing.
Це новий рівень.
This is a project that's all for the boxers, starting from the marketing to the training to everything that a boxer might need. And this is exactly what's going to be the next level of it, the preparation.
I feel like that might even have a greater meaning. As this year has proceeded, you've kind of had to fight on two levels. There's the sport of boxing, which is a certain type of fighting. And then, of course, there is the world politics and actual war, another kind of fighting in your home country. Before the interview, you played a song dedicated to Mariupol, and I saw goosebumps on your arms. For this year, how difficult has it been, or what has it been like to really feel like you're fighting on two fronts, one for the life of your people and the other for your career as a boxer?
It was definitely difficult, but regarding the war in Ukraine, we keep fighting. We're going to keep pushing to get the oppressors out, and this is our duty.
I know that you fought around a Ukrainian holiday last time on purpose for morale, to inspire people.
Це підтримка мого народу.
It was definitely an encouragement to our people to prove to them that we're able to push through, that we're able to fight, and that we're able to provide our children and our generations ahead a free country and freedom.
Does it worry you that the world sometimes moves on? We talk about Russia and Ukraine, we think about the war for a while, and then our attention goes elsewhere. There's other things happening in the world that are taking people's attention away from the war in your home country.
Звичайно, мене це хвилює.
Right now there are locations in Ukraine which are being completely damaged, completely destroyed, entire houses falling down. People are dying constantly, and no one is saying one word about that. Constantly, until this day, every day, his friends are telling that right now there's a missile strike, there is something else, there's explosions constantly. Everything's still ongoing now, and no one's talking about that. It's heartbreaking to know that you could have a friend that a couple of months ago you might have had a cup of coffee with and, talked about life, and to figure out that as of now he does not exist anymore.
To become undisputed heavyweight champion for a people that are going through the kind of tragedies and struggles that you have just described would not only bring attention to that conflict, but also inspire the people to keep fighting with you as a global world champion of a certain type of fighting. Does this fight take on more importance and more urgency for you for that reason?
Нікому нічого не хочу доказати, я просто працюю.
I have nothing to prove to anyone. It's not about proving for me as much as it is the Ukrainian people are capable. The Ukrainian country is powerful. It's a matter of the country being old enough, but the people go way back with the history and with their strength. They are capable of anything. Ukraine was before me, and Ukraine will be way beyond me. Now all the people are the ones that are going to make all of this happen. That's where we are. This is Ukraine.
Not a lot of people knew the characteristics of Ukrainians. So celebrities, athletes are what people base that on. People don't know you very well either. Over the course of kind of becoming a boxing star, what is it that you want people to know about Oleksandr Usyk that maybe they don't yet?
Кто такой Усик?
Хохол из Симферополя. I know.
Loading, buffering. Countryside boy from...
Хто такий Усік? Та звичайний хлопець, який...
Usyk is a simple man that believes in God and was once told by his father that you can.
A simple man, country boy, who now is on the world stage. We're sitting in Saudi Arabia. You fought all over the world. What has it taught you about the world, and how has it changed you, this experience of being not only a star, but being able to travel everywhere and meet all these people and have these incredible experiences?
The simple Ukrainian Cossack that travels the world as a simple man, even being a celebrity, is just learning that everything is possible if you set your mind to it.
Ви знаєте, ми багато років жили в Советах.
No, for the longest time we were living in the Soviets. Now these children that were living from the 91st year further on, these are new Ukrainians. They have a completely different mindset. Now some children have the mentality, passed on the mentality from their family, from their parents. And some of the people have those limits in their minds that they can't accomplish. Now when I travel the world and I'm showing what I'm doing and that how I used to look at all the biggest stars, people are looking at me this way. It is my duty to really raise these kids and show them and tell them that everything is possible.
Треба education.
You need education,
Треба навчання, тренування,
training,
терпіння,
patience,
любов.
and love.
І все у вас вийде.
And everything will be happening.
Is there a world that beyond boxing you have other desires to achieve in? Are there other things outside of boxing we may not know about you that are your aspirations, other things you may want to do if you accomplish your goals in this sport?
He already has everything that he possibly wanted to achieve. The family, the life, all the opportunities that come his way. But he does have one achievement he wants to achieve, and that is the champion of the Ukrainian football.
З командою Полісся.
With Polisia, with Team Polisia, Ukraine.
We saw after Klitschko's career, he became a politician, a leader. The kind of things you describe about your country and the way you speak of it. Could you ever see yourself as a leader in the Ukraine?
In some way, I already am a leader, but anything that comes to politics, that's not for me. The only thing that is interesting for me is the presidency.
Oh, well, as long as we stay out of politics, no problem. Just be the president. Lastly, you mentioned Mike Tyson. We saw Lennox Lewis, who you mentioned. Larry Holmes, Manny Pacquiao. There's so many legends here of the sport. When they write the story of Oleksandr Usyk, and those days are behind you as it is behind those men, what is the mark that you want to leave on boxing? What do you want young fighters to say when they see the retired Usyk and what he did in the sport?
That he loved the world the way it was, even with its worst sides. I may come off like not a very sentimental person, but I really love people. I love to be part of this. And it's beautiful because he's not a person that will close off and say, I will never tell my secret. There's no secret to success. Everything is possible. When I was standing among all of these famous legends, he remembered himself when he was 16 years old, how I looked at them on the television, on a black and white television.
Я собі думаю, коли мій тато сказав, що я можу.
And when my father said that I am capable of anything,
я подивився вгору і просто подумав, що тато, ти бачиш, де я?
I look up to the sky and I said, Dad, look where I am.
Я був дуже довольний і
I was really happy.
Коли ти дитині дариш круту іграшку,
it's like a child that just received a gift.
Ви бачите її емоцію, так?
You see the emotion on the child's face.
Так от, я чуть не розірвався на розові кусочки.
Nearly exploded to a million pieces.
I saw you get goosebumps from a song, and now you've just given me goosebumps in that speech. When you say anything is possible, I wasn't sure it was going to be possible to see another side of Oleksandr Usyk today, but we have, and I thank you for that, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Radio Rahim with Oleksandr Usyk.